everyone. We are here now with renowned intimacy and relationship expert, Dr. Laura Berman, who has just five simple ways to keep your man healthy and happy. It is so good to meet you. Thank you so much.
It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
It's very appropriate this Father's Day weekend that we're talking about men's health. And I know men are so stubborn when it comes to health. My husband can be about going to the doctor and so forth. But you say you have 5 simple solutions to getting the men in our lives on the right track if they aren't already. And with one of the leading causes of death being prostate cancer in men, how can we promote a healthy prostate for the men in our life?
Yeah, well, listen, prostates are important, right? And prostate cancer is a really big issue. Every man is going to die eventually with prostate cancer cells in his body. It's a foregone conclusion. Whether or not he'll get prostate cancer is something else. And so it's really important to go to regular doctor visits, regular exams, to monitor, especially as you start to hit your mid to late 40s, because the prostate just enlarges over time. In fact, it's been discovered that regular sex is good for a man's prostate as well. So guys, you can use that as an excuse, right? It's good for my prostate, honey.
It's good for my health. We've got to.
And just a healthy lifestyle. And, you know, this is such, women really are, you say that men are stubborn, women really are the main consumers of family health, including for their spouses. They're typically, or their partners are typically the ones that make the doctor's appointment, that make the health decisions, that urge their partners to go to the doctor, and that buy the supplements that are really fundamental to the family's health. And so I'm really here to talk about some of the Viramax products, because this is a great company. It's all natural. They've done a lot of research on their products. You know, a lot of these natural solutions that are over the counter, they don't necessarily do placebo-controlled studies on effectiveness. This company does. So I'm really excited about them. And they have a prostate formula, which is really something that you can take that's good for you in general, but all of the ingredients are healthy for your prostate and help promote prostate health.
And would the men just take them 1 or 2 times a day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, every day.
Every day. That's great. And I know another issue we have with a lot of people dealing with obesity, high blood pressure. What about just overall men's health, or particularly addressing those issues?
You mean with diabetes?
Yes, diabetes.
Diabetes is a big issue, as we know. It affects millions of Americans, and especially the pre-diabetic. You'll go to your doctor and they'll say you have a pre-diabetic condition, to women too. And you maybe do some research online and you learn that you obviously have to decrease your sugar intake. You have to be careful about what you eat and exercise, but there are all of these studies out there that show that different kinds of nutraceuticals and supplements and herbs can help promote healthy blood sugar levels. And so Viramax has come up with a blood sugar stabilizer. They're the only one that I know of in the market that actually has combined everything all in one-stop shop, because if you go to the drugstore, you're buying this thing and that thing, and you don't know what the doses should be, and this sort of puts it all together into one formula.
Excellent. And what about increased energy levels? I know my husband just turned 50, and I'm 46, and so me too. I have this issue as well. It feels like suddenly we're not doing quite what we used to be able to do, because come around afternoon 3 or 4, boom, there goes our energy. Yeah,
so I think what you're, with energy, especially as we meet our mid to late 40s, for women and men, our testosterone levels are declining. And so one of the symptoms of low testosterone, if you're talking about men, but it's the same for women, is low energy, kind of low mood. Your joie de vivre is kind of not so hot anymore. Loss of muscle tone, weight gain, and low libido and loss of sexual function. So testosterone is really important, and obviously there's tons of testosterone replacement therapies for men out there on the pharmaceutical side, but there isn't much on the non-pharmaceutical, on the over-counter side, and Viramax has Viramax T, a testosterone formula that helps promote. So if testosterone, if you think of as the leaves on the tree, this product, Viramax T, is kind of feeding the roots, so you can make your own leaves. Oh, and a lot of people who are listening, men and women may be thinking, oops, that's my husband. This low T, and I'm sure as a specialist, you see the impact it could have on relationships, on marriages. So talk about what are the symptoms that some of the men should be on the lookout for if they are suffering from low T. Well, what you'll see, especially with men, because for men, connection and sex are all in the same bucket, right? So if he can't respond sexually, which is what happens when your testosterone gets low, you're not able to function as well, or you just don't have the desire, he's going to withdraw from the sexual relationship, which often means that the kissing, the cuddling, the hand-holding, the romance also goes by the wayside as well. So there are a lot of 50-plus women out there who are like, oh, I don't care that we're not having sex anymore, but I miss all that other stuff.
Yes, that's such a great point.
For men, it really goes hand in hand. So it's not just about his self-esteem, his energy, his muscle tone, but it's also about his sexual function as well.
So how is ViraMax helping couples have that better, relationship, that better sexual relationship and sexual energy? What do they do?
Well, that's one of the reasons I love this company, is because they're really attending to this. They not only do the prostate health, the testosterone health, but they have 2 formulas for men and women that help promote sexual function and sexual response in a natural way. Because for women and men, sexual response is part hormones, but a huge part of it is blood flow. And that's how Viagra, for instance, works. Or Cialis or Levitra, those drugs that are out there for men, the pharmaceutical ones, promote blood flow to the genitals. These products do it naturally.
Wow. And let's talk a little bit the FDA's recent move to start the process for that female Viagra. Why is it important for our society to have this conversation? I think so many times it's like, oh, I don't want to go there, but it's really important.
Well, sex is a basic part of general health and well-being. It's certainly a fundamental part of your relationship's health. And so what you're talking about is this product called flibanserin that's come out there that has been approved by the FDA Advisory Committee. So they are recommending it for the FDA to approve. It's the first, it's the closest that a pharmaceutical company has come to getting a product approved for women. There are 20 products out there approved for male sexual function complaints. Literally 0 for women. So, and there are medical causes and medical issues that play a role in a woman's sexual health. So this product or this drug that's being considered for FDA approval is actually something that it works on the brain, on the neurotransmitters in the brain, the chemicals in the brain to promote libido and sexual response. So it doesn't address blood flow. It addresses desire and the neurochemicals that play a role in desire.
And talk about, I know many of the ViraMax supplements were created based on a Nobel Prize winning discovery regarding blood vessel circulation. Talk to me more about that, because not only is it important in terms of sexual health, but also general health.
Well, that's one of the things about sex in general, is that it's obviously good for your relationship, but it's good for your health because you keep the plumbing clean, right? It keeps the blood flow going. And so the Nobel Prize winning team that basically led to the discovery of Viagra was really looking at blood flow and the role that it plays in sexual function, specifically at the start in men, but we now obviously understand it's fundamental to women's sexual response as well. So what ViraMax has done is built on that, their products off of that research, and all of the ingredients in their supplements promote blood flow. So it's good for your overall body, but it's certainly good for your sexual response.
Great information, Dr. Berman. Thank you so much. And I know you want to tell us about some events happening at Rite Aid's, right?
Yeah, it's really cool. At Rite Aid until June 21st, so you still have time, $5 off the ViraMax products. And you can find them at Walgreens. Any major food and drug chain is carrying them, so check that out.
But specifically $5 at Rite Aid. So that's
for the
great.
testosterone booster.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much. We appreciate
for having me.
It's always not a great subject everybody feels like really diving into, so I'm glad we took the opportunity to do this today. It's very important. For more information about ViraMax, please visit ViraMax.com. And this was paid for by ViraMax.